Patil, working as an assistant professor physics in Maharaja Jivajirao Shinde College, Srigonda, Ahmednagar. We have started our syllabus related to TYBSc physics class, and in that we have started our syllabus related to solid state physics, and we have started the chapter number 4, that is magnetism. Now in today's lecture we are going to see the characteristics or the properties of superconductors. As we know that the materials are classified on the basis of their electrical resistivity as properties or characteristics of superconductors. As conductors, semiconductors, and insulators. In our previous lecture, we have seen that there is another branch of materials whose conductivity becomes infinite at particular resistance, at particular temperature T in Kelvin, and resistance in ohm. We have seen in our previous lecture that there is another group of materials which are known as superconductors. These superconductors can be alloy, a metal, or a semiconductor. Whose response to the temperature, as we lower the temperature of these materials, then their resistance will start to decrease, and at particular temperature called as critical temperature, their resistance becomes zero. R becomes zero. It means that their conductivity or current conduction increases and their conductivity becomes infinite, and this group of materials are called as superconductors. Now in our today's lecture, and we know that as the current value increases, in case of superconductors, R is equal to 0, therefore power is equal to I square R. Therefore the power loss in case of superconductors is negligible, and hence these superconductors are going to have a potential market in future. Therefore, in today's lecture, we are going to see few of the properties of these superconductors. First property of superconductors is the superconductors are the materials whose resistance is zero at critical temperature or transition temperature. This temperature range is very low. It is in Kelvin. It is about to 20 Kelvin to 132 Kelvin. It means that this range is belongs to very low temperature range, and at this low temperature range these materials get converted into, at this temperature these materials get converted into superconducting state, and hence these materials are called as superconductors. And as we know that at this temperature resistance becomes zero, therefore if we calculate the power loss is given by formula power is equal to I square R. As R becomes zero, therefore power loss becomes zero, and hence in future we are going to replace the superconducting, we are going to replace the copper cables by superconducting materials cables in order to do power transmission. And hence this is one of the property of the superconductor, and it is very much important because at superconducting state, at transition temperature, the resistance of the material becomes zero and hence power dissipated or power loss becomes zero. Then second property of these materials are perfectly diamagnetic in nature. For example, in case there are two types of superconductors and out of that is type 1 superconductors and type 2 superconductors, and the type 1 superconductors are the shows perfect diamagnetism. Therefore, these are perfectly, or in general you can say these materials are diamagnetic in nature. During our previous lectures, we have seen what are the diamagnetic materials. Diamagnetic materials are the materials in which the dipole moments are absent, but when we applied external magnetic field, then these materials will have induced dipole moments. As soon as we will remove the external magnetic field, they will lose their magnetic nature, and these materials are called as diamagnetic materials, and superconductors belongs to this material range. Also, in case of diamagnetic materials, the permeability value is negative and susceptibility value, which is given by the formula ratio of magnetization produced to the applied magnetic field. This value is negative or -1 in case of superconductors. Therefore, this material shows perfect diamagnetic nature. This is second property of superconducting materials. Then we will move towards the third property of superconductors, and this is these materials are not so much good conductors at the room temperature. Room temperature or normal temperature. At normal temperature, these materials are not good conductors. Then fourth property, the materials such as gold, silver, copper, these materials are having good conductivity at room temperature, but these materials doesn't show any superconducting nature. Gold, copper, silver are good conductors at room temperature. But if we reduce the temperature of these materials, then these materials will not show, these materials do not show superconducting nature. The next property of the materials are, there are the materials such as cobalt, iron and nickel. These are ferromagnetic substances, and these ferromagnetic substances will not show any superconducting nature. It means that if we take the material cobalt, iron and nickel, and if we reduce their temperature, then they will not show any R is equal to 0 property. Therefore, cobalt, iron, nickel are not showing superconducting nature, and these materials belong to ferromagnetic materials. The next property of superconductor is that the superconducting transition temperature. It means that the temperature at which material gets converted into superconductor, that superconducting transition temperature is different for different materials. Superconducting transition temperature that is Tc is different for different materials. The next property of the superconductor is that if we take an element which shows the superconducting nature, and if we have isotope at that element, isotope means what? The material will have same Z value, that is atomic number, but its atomic masses are different. Then it is called as isotope of that material. So if we take an element and its isotopes, then its isotopes will show different superconducting transition temperature. Isotopes of material will show different superconducting transition temperature. That is, Tc value will be different for different isotopes of given superconducting material. Then A, if we add non-magnetic impurity to the given superconductor, then it will not loses its superconductivity, but its Tc value gets changed. What is the property? If we take a superconducting material and if we add non-magnetic impurity in that, then its superconductivity will not be lost, but it will have different transition temperature. If we add non-magnetic impurity to given superconducting material, then it will not lose its superconductivity nature, but its Tc value, that is critical temperature value, that is temperature at which normal material becomes superconductor, Tc value will get changed. This is the property of superconducting materials. Then when we take a normal conductor or the material which shows superconducting properties, and when we apply a temperature which is less than Tc, suppose here is one superconducting ring and I am applying temperature which is less than Tc or the greater than Tc, then at a temperature greater than Tc, this material is in normal form. This material is in normal state. But when I reduce its temperature, T becomes less than Tc, critical temperature, then this material will become superconductor. It means that we have taken this material in normal state and this is the material in superconducting state, and when material gets converted into superconducting state, then a supercurrent flows through it, that is current flows through it, and this current is called as supercurrent, and this supercurrent will not exceed to a particular value. It means that even though we say that a material has zero resistance and a current flowing through this is infinite and it will persist for a 10 raised to 5 years, but then also there is a limit to the current which will flow through the superconducting materials in superconducting state, and that limit is called as critical current. It means that when material gets converted into superconducting state, then current will start to flow through it, and that current is called as supercurrent. And if this supercurrent value will exceeds critical current, that is the maximum current up to which material will remain in superconducting state. But if the current crosses this value, then it again becomes normal material. Therefore, this is the limit for the superconducting material. If the current, that is supercurrent, is less than IC, then material will be in superconducting state, and if the current value increases above IC, then material again shifts to normal state. Therefore, this critical current is very much important in order to decide the superconducting properties of the material. If we want the material should act as a superconducting material, then you should not exceed this value, and this value is called as critical current. That is critical current that is critical current IC is the value of current above which material will be in normal state and below which material will be in superconducting state. So, in today's lecture, we have seen what are the properties of superconductors. The first property that we have dealt with is the superconducting transition temperature, or they related to resistance. In case of superconductors, the resistance of the material decreases as we decrease the temperature. At particular value of the temperature called as critical temperature, the value of resistance becomes zero, and if we put a value of resistance 0 in a formula, power is equal to I square R, then the power loss will becomes 0, and hence this is the property of the superconductor, that in case of superconductors resistance value becomes 0 at critical temperature. Then second property that we have gone through is the superconductors are showing diamagnetic nature. It means that when we apply magnetic field to the superconductor, they will resist the applied magnetic field, but and the dipole moments are absent, but when we applied magnetic field, there will be the induction or induced dipole moments are seen. Then permeability values, susceptibility values are the negative for these materials, and this value, susceptibility value in case of superconductors is found out as -1, that is they are perfectly diamagnetic in nature. Then the superconductors, we are saying that these are superconductors, the current will flow through them without resistance, but at normal room temperature, these materials will not have a superconducting nature, or they doesn't have good conductors properties in them, that is they are bad conductors. Then the materials such as gold, copper, silver, these are good conductors. They are known for their good conductivity, but these materials doesn't show any superconducting phenomena. The next properties, there are the class of ferromagnetic materials and such as cobalt, iron, nickel. These materials will not show any superconducting nature. Then next property is at superconducting transition temperature Tc. This transition temperature value is different for different materials, and also this transition temperature is different for isotope of a same element. Even though the element is same, but for its isotope the value will change. The next property is if we add a non-magnetic impurity to the given superconductor, then it will not lose its superconductivity, but its critical temperature value will get changed. The next property is the critical current. Critical current is the value of current above which material will be in normal state and below which material will be in superconducting state. So these are few of the properties we have seen in our today's lecture. Thank you.